нашу першу учасницю, доктора Олену Мерзлякову. І вона є доцентом педагогічного інституту Київського університету імені Бориса Гринченка. Це Київський університет, і також є вона консультант гарячої лінії підтримки Національної психологічної асоціації. Її поточне дослідження присвячене визначенню ключових стратегій життєстійкості українських вчителів під час війни. Дякую.
No, I am happy to start this very interesting meeting, and I'm sorry, but I decided to talk in English. Maybe my English not is perfect, but it's my solidarity with thousands and millions of Ukrainian people who go abroad and who must express them in not native English too. And my presentation, I will talk about teachers, but it's more than teachers, about Ukrainians at all, how we must to survive in this situation, and how we must to adapt for this situation. So sorry, 1 minute I put my presentation. Firstly, wait a minute. And I told I will tell about school teachers and school study in Ukraine. It continues according to schedule despite military actions, shelling, daily alarms, periodic lack of power and mobile and internet communication, and many participants of educational progress feel unbalanced. And in this presentation we will talk about psychological resilience and how it helps to work in crisis conditions. So our research is a part of wider program Codes of Resilience development to improve the resilience skills of pedagogues. Until the end of January 2023, 3,020 people took part in this study. And the sample was randomly selected. More often these were pedagogues involved in informal or informal training or stress resilience skills. It was groups of psychological stabilization and support for Ukrainian teachers from March to July 2022. I must to say it also was teachers who was in occupied territory, and even on this picture, for me it's very touching to see pictures. They was in near Kherson, who knows it was occupied territory, and we made for them specially groups. Also, it was face-to-face psychotherapy groups of teachers and their children who suffered from bombing in Kharkiv. We know Kharkiv, it's near Russia, our big city near Russia, and people suffered a lot of bombing, of attacks, and we worked with teachers and with these children. It's also part of our research. It was July-August 2022 in a special rehabilitation center near Kharkiv. Also, it was a group training of resilience skills for school teachers in Kyiv. It was from September till December 2022. Sometimes it was at the school shelters, and now you see at the picture, it was again alarm, and we go to this shelter and we make now our communication these shelters. If to say about sample by regions on Ukraine, you can see at this slide, the most it was Kyiv and near Kyiv, central part of Ukraine. A little bit it was also western regions, 10%, and a little bit east regions, but not in the east, but this teacher who go to more suffer places. If to tell about specialization of our sample, mostly it was school teachers, 53%. And you can see on slide also it was where school psychologists, administrative staff, and other educators. For this research, we use basic PH model of Professor Muli Lachat. This model consists of 6 channels for compete with tracks: beliefs, affect, sociability, imagination, cognition, and physiology. And the leader of reading was the channel C, cognition. Now, we can connect this with higher intellectualization of pedagogical job. The second important for educators indicator was B, beliefs. It means that respondents rely on internal resources of their own system of beliefs, values and meaning, hope, self-esteem and religious settings. But they most often Ukrainian talk about they believe in our Ukrainian army and strong spirit of the Ukrainian people. And regarding to average values for each component of the basic pH model, for sample of teachers only, the distribution is similar to the whole sample. The cognitive settings is the most influential way of overcoming stress. So skills of analysis, critical thinking, planning strategies, etc. is the most common resilience strategies of teachers. Such skills develop in parallel with age and work experience. But these methods may not work well in the situation of instability, uncertainty, even a certain chaos which the educational system experience in the times of war. The second most influenced factor of stress resistance is the worldview of teachers. Its influence increases until about age 60 and then stabilizes. In the conditions of global cataclysms and restructuring of the whole social system, such stability of the worldview of teachers can be an additional stress factor and not a resilience strategy. Teachers don't use enough their own emotional settings, affect, to overcome stress during the whole period of activity. This can become a direction to improving their resilience. The same goes for their creativity, imagination, and it's especially important to activate the imagination and creative skills of teachers aged 30-50. The readiness of teachers to rely on the support of communities in difficult times also needs attention and additional research. This factor turned out to be the least influential. And a little bit about use of research results in the practice of development the resilience of Ukrainian teachers. What we do now, first of all, to do better the beliefs, the cognitive settings, we make trainings of reflections of value adaptations and development mature worldview settings. It can also be practical seminars of critical thinking skills and self-coaching. The second direction is emotional intellect, development of ability of teachers to understand their own emotions and use their resource to find emotional balance in stressful situation. I must to say the old picture I show it picture from our training. I made with my mobile this picture. It's real picture from our training, and when I saw this, I feel very, very touching because I remember how was this emotional this exercises was emotional changing of their emotional state in couple. Next direction is training of activation of creative potential. And I must to say the best teachers of primary school are the best in this direction because creativity is very important and they use all the time. It's very typical for primary school teachers. I told that social intellect it's not so used so much, and it's also next direction what we use in our training for teachers. And secondary school is a social institute of society in general, and the ability to track and use such connection will benefit both for educators themselves and also the other members of society related to education, parents, business representatives, mass media workers, etc. And in the end, I want to show small piece of our training. It will be formula of happiness from Kiev Gymnasium and their teacher. It was very spontaneous video, really very spontaneous, but I want to share with you the whole mood of teachers in the end of our training. So, formula of happiness from teachers of Ukraine.
В нас заключний момент мистецтво бути щасливою людиною. І я дуже щаслива, що цей заклад освіти, це щастя.
It's an honor to be a happy person. I'm happy that this school.
Три слова. Сім'я.
Teachers can do that. One word: family, harmony, victory.
Любов.
Love, family, dream.
Перемога. Щаслива родина.
Victory, happy family and love.
Мир. Сім'я. Кохання.
Peace, family, love.
Щаслива. Любов.
Happy,
Родина.
love, family. Kids, love, future.
Сім'я – це любов. А
Family is love.
це мир. А мир
Love
–
is
це
peace.
життя.
And peace is life.
Мир, сім'я,
Peace,
любов.
family, love.
Мир, сім'я, впевненість.
Peace, family, confidence.
Любов, сім'я, перемога.
Peace, love, family,
А
victory.
тепер всі разом. Три слова.
And now, all together. Victory,
Щастя.
peace,
Вау!
happiness.
Thank you very much for such a fascinating presentation.
Yes, and
Next.
I finished with to show emotional of our teachers. Thank you.